everybody, this is Gwenno Dafydd, the alternative BBC bathroom broadcasting coach. I'm broadcasting from my bathroom. Today is the 3rd of April and this is session 12 and I'm going to be looking at role models. We had a look yesterday at fatigue and a lot of people are actually dipping now from a point of view of sustaining this sort of behaviour. It's very tough to be inside, especially if you're on your own. So I hope that you can look to some role models that you've had throughout your life who will inspire you to actually get through this time. I'm very lucky. I had some very strong and positive role models, female role models in my family. My great-grandmother was left a widow in her mid-40s with 7 children and a farm to run in Tregaron. My grandmother on my mother's side was also left a widow and had 7 children to look after, as did my paternal grandmother, who had 7 children and lost her husband quite early on in life. So I've been conditioned to be strong, to be brave, to actually continue and carry on with whatever life throws at me. But when I was growing up in Fishguard, I didn't know what a role model was. All I knew was that I was reading all these history books from my grandmother in Bangor, who was quite an academic and sent me history books when I was young. And I couldn't quite fathom why there were so many men there. But I did actually look up to 2 females at that particular time. And one of them was Joan of Arc, because I loved the fact she was so brave and so determined. And I also appreciated Florence Nightingale. And now Florence Nightingale, several hospitals have been named after her recently. So that shows how powerful a role model she actually was. The other person that inspired me when I was growing up in Fishguard was a local woman called Jemima Nicholas, who got a crowd of local women and got them to march all around the Bigney Hill in their Welsh costumes and scared away the last people to try and invade Britain. So the last invasion of Britain was thwarted by Jemima Nicholas in Fishguard. She was a bit of a feisty female and I really looked up to her. Now, when I was a teenager, I became obsessed with running. You may be aware of that. And some of the wonderful people who were my role models then were Jesse Owen, who was a black sprinter and who made Hitler pretty furious because he kept winning all these medals and he didn't like it. Our very own Lynn Davis, Lynn the Leap, who did the long jump. And I think he won a gold medal in, I think it was Rome, but I might be wrong. Could be Mexico City, one of those 2 places. My memory's not very good. Then there was Mary Peters, the multi-discipline athlete. And then there was Fanny Blankers-Cohen, who was from an earlier time. These women and men really inspired me. Now, when I grew up, I actually found my role model for the vast majority of my life, which is the amazing French singer Edith Piaf. She was tremendous, and she's been in my life since I was about 21, since I actually heard about her. And I do a one-woman show about her called Passionate About Piaf, because I am passionate about her, and I'm passionate about the way that she behaved and her strength and everything, and her perseverance and her talent and everything. Then another person who's inspired me has been Tani Gray-Thompson. Now, her determination has been phenomenal, and at one time she was the person who'd won the most gold medals for all the events she was doing in wheelchair athletics. But of course, my 400 metres role model was Jamie Balch, the Flying Pineapple. I've had the honour of meeting him on numerous occasions. I love Jamie Balch, and he inspired me to win my Welsh Vest for the 400 metres as a Masters athlete. Now, there are lots of other people who inspire me, and I take bits of the talents that they have, the ways that they conduct their lives, and I try and make them into the sort of behaviour that I have. One of my passions is comedy as well, and tomorrow I'm going to tell you all about those people, those women in fact, who have inspired me in a comedy way. Now, I have written a book and it's called Stand Up and Sock It to Them Sisters, Funny Feisty Females. Did you get that one? It's available on Amazon as a download, but you can get a copy from them as well. And it is chock-a-block full of fantastic female role models. And I was incredibly lucky to meet my all-time comedy favourite, Joan Rivers. So tune in tomorrow and I'll tell you all about that. Okay, keep safe and sing. Talking about that, there are now 80,000 people, yes, you heard me, 80,000 people in the Sing the Welsh National Anthem on April the 13th. I am very privileged to be the voice coach for that group. So join us on the doorsteps. It's a worldwide challenge. You know, you can see my hand is going now, isn't it? It's wiggly, because this is quite hard to do. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Keep safe and sing.